Hey everybody, Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to give you guys some initial impressions of the Motorola Lapdock 100. Now this is one of two lapdocs that Motorola recently introduced to revamp their lapdock lineup, which really only included the Atrix and Bionic lapdock, which were proprietary and could only work with these phones, with those two phones. This new series of lapdocs, the 100, which I have here, which is priced at $200, however, is compatible with pretty much any web top capable Motorola phone. So that's a key difference. So price point and compatibility. You're not looking at an accessory that when you're done with your phone, you're done with it as well. So that's a key difference in the value associated with an accessory like this. Beyond that, there's also been some retooling of the actual device itself. It has jumped down from the 11.6-inch screen that the previous gen sported to a 10.1-inch display. However, they did maintain the same screen resolution of 1366 by 768, so that's certainly a good thing. I would say screen quality is right on par with the previous gen. So even though the build quality may not feel as solid, as this is all plastic, it certainly still, packs the same punch that the original generation did. Weight has stayed the same at a little over 2 pounds. You still have two USB ports. Big improvement, keyboard and the touchpad. You now have two-finger scroll, which did not exist on the previous gen, which was frustrating to say the least. But more importantly, no more chiclet style or island style keyboard. You now have a traditional QWERTY keyboard. Some will prefer this, some won't. But most importantly, they've added Android buttons, shortcut buttons. So you've got menu, home, back, and search. As you can see, they're kind of across the keyboard, even a call button. So again, attention to detail, upgrades you expect on a product that's really trying to leverage as much as you possibly can out of your smartphone in combining it into a functional, laptop shell, really netbook shell, which is what this serves to do, much like the previous gen. Again, you're going to get a full Firefox browser on here and a mirror image of your phone, so you can leverage both your phone and the internet all in one package. Again, a great thing with Verizon Wireless if you do have grandfathered LTE service, like if you're running the Bionic or the Razor. Just a great device right now, in my opinion, to have internet on the go everywhere. But again, initial impressions, you guys have seen the keyboard, you've heard about the touchpad. Battery life is rated at 5 hours. Of course, that's under the assumption that your phone is fully charged. If it's not, then clearly you're going to get less battery life. So the previous gen of Lapdock was around 8 hours. This is rated at less. I'll be curious to see if they really do end up performing about the same. Let me give you guys a look at the screen just so you can see it from a design perspective. Essentially there you're looking at it, and it's fairly nice. I like the looks of this device. Even though much less expensive, I don't feel that they downgraded in the design department. As you can see, very angular, nothing really like it on the market in terms of looks. There's one of your two stereo speakers, your lock. You've then got the umbilical right here with the tab that essentially connects to your HDMI and USB port of your web top enabled Motorola phone, whether that's the Atrix, Atrix 2, Bionic, Razor, or Photon. And you can choose to either just leave it out there dangling or slap it into the rubberized docking port, which they have backed up, which is definitely a good thing, because the previous gen was so close, the lid, to the actual docking port, that even though it was modular and clean and it really sat in there, you couldn't tilt the LCD back all the way to get the best viewing angle. Let me go ahead and try to just throw the Bionic in there. I do have the extended battery on it. It is a pretty tight fit, but you guys will see if I'm able to do it. Trying here. So you can see there it is. Took a little bit of effort there because filming and doing it at the same time, but really firm, not going to move around, really steady, so you do not have to worry about the phone falling out of there as long as you get it in there tight. In regard to the back, of course, there are your two USB ports. As I mentioned before, you can use those for any peripheral that you like, from FAT32 formatted jump drives to hard drives, or a keyboard or mouse. Not sure why you'd want to use a keyboard, but you certainly could. And of course, the other jack there is for power. No headphone jack, unfortunately, on this model. Your other stereo speaker, and that's pretty much it. The build quality, like I said before, all plastic, but still pretty solid. I mean, I really like what I see for the $200 price point. Also over here you've got your power button and charging light, your LED notification for where you are at in the charging cycle. The 500 model, which is a 14-inch version of this with a couple of extra features such as a front-facing webcam, an SD card slot, VGA out, and I think it also has Ethernet support even. So really trying to replace your laptop, especially with that 14-inch screen. Same resolution, a little more battery life, but a $300 price point. If I do get my hands on that, I'll be glad to give you guys some impressions and of course a full review on it. But for now, that is the Motorola Lapdock 100. If you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. And of course, as usual, please feel free to subscribe. Later.